Hello everyone. In this series of videos, we're going to look about a comprehensive guide to text summarization using deep learning in Python. So you might have heard about this. I don't want a full report. Just give me a summary of the results. So I have often found myself in this situation both in college as well as in my professional life. We prepare a comprehensive report and the teacher or supervisor has only the time to read the summary. So have you ever dealt with sort of situations? Well, I have decided to do something about it. Manually converting the report to a summarized version is too time taking, right? So could I lean on NLP techniques to help me out? Yep. So this is where the awesome concept of text summarization using deep learning really helped me out. It solves one of the issue which kept me bothering before. So now our model can understand the context of the entire text. So it's a dream come true for all of us who need to come up with a quick summary of a document. And the results that you are going to achieve will be remarkable. So in these videos, we will walk through a step-by-step process for building a text summarizer using deep learning by covering all the concepts required to build it. And then we will implement our first text summarizer model in Python. Just a note that before implementing or before going ahead with this video, you just need to brush up with your foundation level skills in deep learning because it is going to help you a lot. So you can just stop here and watch some foundation level things about deep learning model, and then you can come back. Then we are good to go. And for the ones who are new, text summarization is basically the task of producing a concise and fluent summary while preserving the key information content and overall meaning. So let's start by understanding the problem statement. So this is the problem statement you can see on your screen. So custom reviews can often be long and descriptive. Analyzing these reviews manually, as you can imagine, is a really time-consuming task. And this is where the brilliance of natural language processing can be applied to generate a summary for the long reviews. So we will be working on a really cool dataset, and our objective is just to generate a summary for Amazon fine food reviews using abstraction-based approach. And we will even look our dataset, how it looks like, and we'll deal with it. And we will also going to perform some pre-processing of the data, and so on. We will be making our project, doing our project. So let's start with importing the custom attention layer. So Keras does not officially support attention layer. So we can either implement our own attention layer or use a third-party implementation. So we will definitely go with the third-party implementation. And for importing, we just need to do type from attention import attention layer. That's it. Now when you run this code, okay, so it gave there. Okay, I forgot. Like you have to import it via using TensorFlow. So first let's use via the TensorFlow. So instead of this, we have to do like from flow dot keras dot layers import attention. Attention. Let's run. Okay, now we're good to go. Now next thing that we're going to do is import the important libraries that will be used in this video and this project. So first we are going to import NumPy as NP, one of the most important library. Then we will be also dealing with the data frame. So for that we have to import pandas as PD. Now for handling regular expression, import RE. And now we'll be even using beautiful soup, and as you don't know, beautiful soup is used for web scraping, an important library in Python for web scraping purposes. Beautiful soup. And now from Keras we need to import the tokenizer. preprocessing.text code okay nicer from Keras processing dot sequence import add underscore sequence. This is now from ltk dot corpus import stop words layers. We need to import I think the input layers. We will also be using long short-term memory, that is LSTM, and also we're going to use embedding layer, and also we'll be using dense. We're also using concatenate layer, and finally I'm going to use time distributed. Now from repeating about TensorFlow dot Keras dot models, these were the layers. Now we will be importing models as well. So the model that we will be dealing with, obviously the model, because it will contain the entire set that we are going to work on. So from flow dot Keras dot callbacks put early stopping. Just wait, let me just import, then I'm going to explain you about the each layer. So you can see this about the early stopping is like stop training when a monitored metric has stopped improving. So like when you're training your model and you can see there is not much change in the value, the metric that you want to fit, so it will just stop your training at that particular point only. And we are even going to deal with warnings, so let's just import warnings as well. Now I want the display, the max column width I want to keep is around, say 200. So let's just do it also. Oh, sorry. Display max underscore call width to be around 200. Now warnings dot filter warnings, I want to ignore it, so let's just yeah. So we have just implemented every file and everything. Now we're good to go. Let me just run it. Okay, now there are errors. What this is? So from Keras, okay, it should not be underscore. Now, okay, so now it has been run. So the dataset consists of reviews of fine foods from Amazon. The data spans over a period of more than 10 years. So the number of rows in the dataset is nearly around 5 lakhs. So the reviews are up to the date till October 2012. These reviews include product and user information, as well as ratings, plain text review, and summary. It also includes reviews from all other Amazon categories. And we'll just take a sample of 100,000 reviews to reduce the training time of our model. And it's still free. You can just use the entire data set for training your model if your machine is capable of producing or handling that amount of data. So you can even use the entire data set. But for this purpose, we'll just use only the top 100,000 reviews. So now let's just look at how a data set looks like. So just wait. So this is how our dataset looks like. You can see it's a reviews.csv file. and you can see the number of rows. One again, there's product ID, there's user ID, there's profile name, helpfulness numerator, helpful denominator, time, and the summary as well. This will be acting as a label and text as usual, and you can just scroll down this to the entire data set, and you can see like there are more than 500,000 rows. So this is the data set that we are going to work on. Now let's go. Now in order to read the data set, we just need to type data equals to pd.read_csv, and then we need to pass on the address. So I have already imported the data set. I'll just right click and copy the path and just paste it here, and when I run it, so finally it has run and data set has been loaded. Now next thing, now what we'll do is first of all pre-process our entire data set. So now we'll just drop some NA values. One thing you should also keep in mind, like you need to specify the end row should be around 100,000 because we are only dealing with the top 100,000. Okay, now let's move on. Now we'll drop some duplicate values from our dataset, and in order to do that, we just need to do data.drop underscore duplicates, and in bracket we just need to pass on the subset text capital T, I would guess. Yeah, because in our dataset we are having it capital T. And then place equals to true, as we want to reflect, because we want to reflect in the original dataset, we do not want any copy. Now data.drop NA access equals to 0 because we are deleting the rows. In place equals to true. Again, we are going for the /center. Okay. Now, next thing we are going to do is like we need to just have a little bit information about our data set. In order to have the information, as we all know, we just need to type data.info /enter. Info will be given to us. Okay, now this is the info. You can see the ID, you can see the product ID, user ID, profile name, helpfulness number, helpfulness denominator, score, time, 78 text, and the data type. You can see the number of rows it has, and also the types null, and they do not contain any none value, and the data type is present in the last column. ID is integer, then these are objects, then these are integer, and these are again objects. Now let's perform some basic pre-processing. So performing basic pre-processing steps is very important, because before we get to the model building part, using messy and unclean data is potentially disastrous move. So in this step, we will drop all the unwanted symbols, characters, etc. from the text that do not affect the objective or problem. So we can use, we can create a dictionary. So I can just create a dictionary like contraction underscore mapping. I can just give it a name, and I can just have for dictionary, I just need to have this type of parenthesis. I can just mark. So the unimportant text can be like, first of all, int it. If you just take int t, so it's not and that much. Okay, we need to, for this we need to have double encoded. So this is a one word that is not much affecting towards. So we can even reprocess this with word is not, because int it means is not, and similarly we can have something other like r and t, and this we specifically know that this is exactly same as r not. So this would actually help our model to understand that these are similar words. So we do not want to treat it like, you know, different words as well. So just treat them as same. So again, this one is the most important dent. So we can dent and we can substitute with it as did not. So there are many things. So let me just copy the words that will be helpful for us. So just wait. I've copied it. Now let me just paste it, the entire thing. So now you can see that these are the total words that we'll be dealing with. We want that they eventually possess the same meaning, so we don't want our model to take them as different things. So would have the one more word would the colon ve will be as would have, and wouldn't, would not, what is basically what is. So it will just handle the basic English that we humans usually deal with. I just shift this enter to run it. Okay, now it has to run. Now we will perform the basic pre-processing task for our data. What we will do is like convert everything to lowercase. Now, if you have seen in our the data set that there are lots of HTML tags are also associated with it, and we know that in order to deal with HTML tags, we have a Python beautiful library, beautiful soup library, which is used for web scraping purposes, but also we can use it for handling the HTML tags and all related thing. Now the next thing that we'll do is basically contraction mapping that we just do. We'll just in order to teach our model that these words should be considered same rather than considering them as different entities. And then next step we can do is like remove any text inside the parentheses. We will eliminate punctuation, special characters, remove stop words, remove short words. So we'll do all this. Okay, just let me just write a small in a small brief that what exactly we're going to perform steps. So I can just write. So I will write the pre-processing tasks that we want to do. So first task basically we want to do is convert everything to lowercase. Now second thing that we want to do is remove HTML tags because we want to help our machine model understand and should not get into anything which is not a normal word, which is like basically something different for machines to interpret it. Now next thing is basically we just defined it's contraction mapping, and fourth we will want to remove anything which contains this form of s, because we have just used contract mapping, and we will now eliminate punctuation and special characters. And also the next thing we need to do we even want to remove the parentheses, so remove any text inside the parentheses because it will also create a problem for us. Now seventh thing we want to remove stop words, the one of the most crucial tasks in handling NLP, because these words are basically redundant and they do not cause much of the effect in our answer that we are looking for. And we want to remove short words as well. So these are basically steps that we will be doing. So now let's create a function fast and let's move on. So in order to create function, what we will do, first we will define stop underscore words equals to set stop words dot words. Again, as we know, we are dealing with English, so we need to specify English. And now we need to define the function. So we need to define text underscore cleaner text comma num specify. Okay, I just forgot. Define the function. Now new string equals to text dot lower. I'm converting it everything to lower. Now new string should be removing HTML tags. So for that I will use beautiful soup. I'll pass new string and comma. I want the LXML structure to follow. This is basically a format that We'll remove anything which finds HTML tags. We'll just remove it using the LXML composition. Now we'll do some regex. So I need to substitute. So if you might be familiar with the regex, so you might be getting know that this is basically thing to remove anything which is a sort of parenthesis sound. And now star, we have slash and an empty bracket again. This is how we do it. And we need to replace it with the np string, comma, new string, close the bracket. Now again, new string. We're going to resub the above string with the new values. So what I'll do is basically I'll pass the double values. I will substitute it with single double quotes, and I want to implement this entire function. String equals to dot sub. I want to first of all join this. Oh wait, in order to join this I have to just do it with the space dot join, and in that I have to use the contraction mapping that we just defined, contraction underscore mapping, and the value of t. Let's just take a value of t, and we will be implementing if t in contraction underscore map. Oh, sorry. Contraction underscore mapping, else t for t in nuu string dot split, because I want to split that function and I want to split the space sign. Just put a square bracket. Okay, 2 square brackets is more than enough. Now again, new string. Now I want to again use the dot sub or value double quote s slash p, because I want to just move it with comma sign and empty space, comma, new. Don't worry, if you don't know about the regular expression, you can just find a course on it. It is just very easy to implement. So it basically follows some sort of format which you just need to follow, and you will good to go. So basically it will help to pre-process the text to us very well. Now I just want to pass on power, so I want a to z. A, that means entire text, then comma, and with the new string. Finally, tokens equals to w for w in new string dot split function if not in w in stop words. Yeah, I just made it. I just have to rename it with the different words. Stop words. Okay, I just forgot to put an if because we are doing this inside the if box. Now double equal to 0. Now we are doing this entire thing inside this. Okay, now it will be easy for you to understand. Else we don't want the tokens equals to new strng string dot split. And now we are do not pass anything. Not so else. We just need to take an empty list and now I will run a loop tokens. Now if len I greater than 1, then I just need to append that for I, and finally I just need to return empty bracket dot join long underscore words, and with the dot strip function. Yeah, that's it. We just have to implement the entire function. Now we just need to run it. I'll just run it, and now the function has been written. Now from the next topic, now for calling the function, that task will be done in the next video because this video is getting a little bit lengthy. So yeah, just see you in the next video.